On May 2, 2011, 79 operatives from the Joint Special Operations Command, CIA, 5 helicopters, SEAL Team 6, and 1 Belgian Malinois dog called Cairo stormed the founder of Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden's compound. The road that led Cairo there is a complicated one. He was a Belgian Malinois with a $10,000 price tag that was originally paired with a handler that didn't even want him, Will Chesney, although that quickly changed. Cairo excelled in his military career. One of his very first missions was looking for a missing soldier captured by the Taliban. Chesney described him as an aggressive snuggler and a blanket hog, but Cairo's excellence on the battlefield was unparalleled. He could do more than bite and release on command. Even without specific training, he knew the difference between a target and innocent bystanders. He could sniff out weapons and explosives, move stealthily, and navigate harsh terrain. This career led him close to retiring at the age of 6, but then in March 2011, he was assigned to Operation Neptune Spear. How was this mission any different than any other he'd been on? He was about to partake in storming Osama bin Laden's infamous compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. This is after a nearly decade-long manhunt. Cairo's preparation over the next few months consisted of training at a replica of the compound. On May 2, 2011, Cairo, strapped to Will Chesney, was then unleashed upon the place. His mission was very specific. He was to sniff out bin Laden himself if he'd been in a secret hiding spot or escape tunnel. He was also expected to detect hidden explosives and secure the perimeter. Cairo and Chesney made quick work of clearing out the path from bombs, the perimeter, and the first 2 floors of the main house. On their way to the third, the SEAL team met them. Bin Laden had been caught. The raid had been a success.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
That's not the only incident where a heroic Belgian Malinois played a pivotal role in taking down a terrorist. On October 27, 2019, a Belgian Malinois called Conan personally hunted down Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He chased him into a tunnel and cornered him. Conan was named after the famous late-night talk show host Conan OBrien.
The dog's name is Conan. Now, there's more. That is absolutely true.
The only similarity between him and the comedian being their shaggy hair. The dog's resume extends beyond missions in Syria and taking down al-Baghdadi. During the course of his career with the U.S. Special Operations Command Military Working Dog Program and Delta Force, the Army unit with the Joint Special Operations Command, he served in 50 combat missions. Of course, one stands out more than the others. Operation Kayla Mauler. This takes the scene to that October day, a day host to an event known as the Barisha Raid in Syria. At the time, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was the leader of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, also known as ISIL and ISIS. The raid lasted for 2 entire hours and involved 50 to 70 members of the U.S. Army Delta Force, 8 U.S. military helicopters, and Conan the Belgian Malinois. Once they reached the target building where al-Baghdadi was trapped, the ISIS leader took refuge in a tunnel network with a suicide vest. On his heels was Conan, followed by the rest of his squad. Conan was only a few feet from al-Baghdadi when he detonated his vest. Conan was injured from exposure to live electric wires, but he ultimately survived the raid. He even went on to receive a certificate and an award from then-President Trump.
So this is Conan. Right now, probably the world's most famous dog.
So what is it about Belgian Malinois that makes the military spend thousands upon thousands buying, training, and sending them into high-stakes, pivotal missions? Why is this a preferred dog used by SEALs, Special Forces, and the police? Normally, when military dogs come to mind, you think of German Shepherds. Upon first glance, you may not notice the difference between the Malinois and German Shepherd. Yes, both German Shepherds and Malinois are originally livestock herding dogs. But while the German Shepherd was bred in Germany, the Malinois was developed in, well, Belgium. German Shepherds are about 10% larger than Belgian Malinois, but they both stand at around 22 to 27 inches tall. At 40 to 80 pounds, they're lighter in weight than German Shepherds. German Shepherds have had a lucrative career as the US's second most popular breed. But there's a reason SEAL teams didn't take one of those Black Hawk helicopters on either of those missions. A trained Belgian Malinois' power is something to behold and fear. They're powerhouses in every way the military wants. For one thing, they are exceptionally better skydivers, a career attribute you wouldn't think dogs needed. In fact, the Malinois can be trained to jump alone without a military parachutist. The breed has been described as a fur missile. This refers to their breakneck speed, as well as their wicked smarts, and their determination to get the mission done, even if it's at a cost to their lives. A Malinois can fiercely bite down with 70 pounds of force. That means, like Cairo the dog on its first mission, can nearly sever a man's arm. Their intelligence allows them, like Cairo, to only target suspects and not an innocent bystander standing feet away. Scent tracking is their real skill, though. How did Delta Force teach Conan to track Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi? Sometime before the raid, a spy stole a pair of his underwear. When he had the scent locked down, Conan might as well have been a hound. It's how he tracked him into that tunnel. On top of that, Belgian Malinois work well independently. You can launch them into a battlefield, and they'll effectively mark explosives without triggering them. They can search for missing people, hidden spots, and find safe escape routes. Untrained, their temperament can be a problem. They have all this energy, loyalty, and need to perform a job and nowhere to put it. Harness it though? You want a Belgian Malinois protecting your back or leading in enemy territory. This breed can be employed in secretive terrorist takedowns, law enforcement, drugs, bombs and gas detection, search and rescue, tracking, and more. Venturing into bin Laden's compound in 2011 wasn't the breed's first time in the military. Their steadfast presence has been around since World War I, when they worked with the Red Cross and pulled firearm-bearing and ambulance carts. Is this the dog you expected to hunt down terrorists? What do you think of its prolific career and accomplishment? Do dogs like Cairo and Conan change your perspective of what a military dog is capable of?